There's a narrative that talks about men that say that men are lazy, they are unmotivated, and they're just good for nothing. And I don't think it's true. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here on I Am Man. And today we're going to be looking at something very interesting, and it's got to do with the thought or the idea that men are lazy. And actually, that is not the problem. So, we're going to be diving into what exactly it is. And I do understand that you do get men that are lazy, but this is different. So, what is it that causes us men to look lazy? So, most men are not lazy, they are just mentally exhausted. So, most men, when they wake up, I had it where I would be so tired. Physically, I'm okay. My body can work, but up here, I didn't want to wake up. I just wanted to fall back to sleep and not wake up at all. I was carrying this heavy burden. I had to perform. I had to give out of myself so much more than I could actually handle. There was the pressures of finances. There was the pressure of family. There was the pressures of work. There was the pressures of everything else around me that I had to keep up while at the same time still try hold myself together. I had low energy, no motivation, and everything that I wanted to do just got procrastinated to be done a little bit later or the next day or the next week till eventually I can't even remember what I was supposed to do. And then the worst part was I started avoiding people. I started avoiding a lot of things. I started avoiding doing things. For instance, going to the gym. I know a lot of people have hobbies that they are interested in to do, like maybe fishing, biking, whatever it might be. When you have mental exhaustion, it kind of puts you in a position where you don't want to do it anymore. You lose interest completely. And the problem is that you are not lazy. Your brain just wants to try conserve energy. And if that happens, it's not because a man doesn't care or is not interested. His mind is just telling his body, you need to conserve as much energy as possible right now. Otherwise, you're going to have a breakdown. Now, I'm not a physician, I'm not a mental expert, I'm not a life coach. I'm none of these things. I'm just a normal guy from South Africa trying to reach the lost men out there, trying to let them know that they are not alone. We are standing up for each other. And this is exactly what the channel is about. It's about telling everybody that you are a guy. I am man exists so that we can help other men find solutions to the problem. Now, I don't have expert solution problems, but what I can give you is from what has helped me. And I just need you to understand one thing. The problem that I thought I had was I was waiting for someone to come and rescue me. And that never happened. I physically had to do things myself. So people threw me lifelines, but I had to grab hold of those lifelines and pull myself out. And this is exactly what I'm talking about is that if you're in a situation, there was the first step to do is to admit that you cannot do this alone. Speak to someone. And the other thing is, now that you know what the problem is, now that you understand that you know what, you have a thing going on in your mind that you cannot understand, I'm begging you to please go and look and seek for guidance and help. I know that it's probably not the first thing you want to hear, but it sometimes does help. But if you do not want to go seek assistance or help, I would give you some advice that has worked for me and hopefully it will work for you. So, the first thing I did was I needed to sleep. Why do I mention sleep? So, your body needs, at least for us adults, between 7, 8 hours sleep per night for it to recuperate from the previous day's work. The same with your mind. Your mind needs to rest. And if it doesn't get to rest, it actually puts pressure on your body the next day. That's why you are mentally exhausted and not physically exhausted. Your body can still do a lot of things. And the first thing, like I said, would be you need to try and do. is to find sleep. And one thing that triggers lack of sleep is your phone. And you start scrolling. Doomsday scrolling is so real, guys. And that's what happened to me. And the next thing I know, it's already past midnight. And I'm like, ah, you know what? I'm almost asleep. Let me carry on some more. That's probably the worst mistake you can do. If you have to, put your phone in another room. And I know people's going to say, oh, but I need to wake up. If that is the case and you really cannot without your phone, try buy an alarm clock. I don't think there's any excuse for you to be on your phone. Rather, I think it's the best advice I can give is to get rid of your phone if that is the trigger for you to stay awake. So get rid of it. Get it out of the room if you have to. If you really can't, like I said, put an alarm clock in your room if you need the phone to wake you up. The second thing is the moment you get rest at night, you'll probably wake up a little bit early in the morning. That is the moment that you need to take charge of your day. Put some music on and exercise. Go for a walk if you have to. If you can't go for a walk, do stomach crunches, do a little bit of sit ups. If you physically can't do that, then read something, do something productive for the first hour of your day. And I know that a lot of people say, but the first hour, I've got so much to do. I'm pretty sure the moment you go to bed earlier, you'll probably have the energy to wake up a little bit earlier as well. What I do in the mornings is the first thing I do is I go put earphones in my ear and I listen to some music, worship music, and I read the Bible. And I've got this Bible app that I read, and every day it just encourages me for the next day. And then right after that, before the people are even awake, I've got a beautiful family, a wife and two kids. And before they even wake up, what I do is I go and I edify myself. I'm busy understanding and how to do podcasts, this exact same podcast. I'm trying to understand how to do it even better because I'm pretty sure my first few videos are gonna suck. But you know what? I am trying and I'm doing this because I don't want to procrastinate anymore. This is something that I feel I have to do, I need to do. And the more I do it, the better practice I'm gonna have. So this is exactly what I'm saying. You can better your life one step at a time, but it starts with one step. And if you can do that one step, the second step will follow. So, like I said, I've started sleeping a little bit earlier at night. I've started waking up earlier in the morning. I've started spending time with God because that's what I want to do. I want to give Him the first part of my day, give Him thanks, give honor to Him. And then right after that, I go and I give myself some education. What can I do to better myself? Because I don't want to be in a life where just everything is normal, just carrying on day by day. I want something exciting, something different. And if this is different, then so be it. I want to do this. And it's not just for myself. I feel what I've gone through, I want to share with the world, and hopefully it will help you too. So that is what my advice for you is in the mornings. And then the third thing, I think, be in silence. Just think. The moment there is no sound and noise around you, there is this thing that happens. I cannot explain. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I just know that I've tried it and it's worked, where you have ideas popping up from, I don't know where, and it actually helps you advance your life, where it is putting some schedules together, because that's what I did. I put a schedule together because I needed to organize my life. I put a schedule together. Now I know exactly when the kids do what extramural activities. I know exactly when we're going to gym. I know exactly when we've got church and all the other things pertaining to church that needs to be done. All of these things put down on a schedule, because if I didn't do that, I would go through this life blindfolded. But it happened because I was quiet. So try to stay quiet for a bit and just see how that goes. And then the hardest part is financial struggles. And this is exactly where the silent part comes in. I had to sit down quietly, look at my budget, look at my bank statement, look at my incoming and my outgoing, and I had to say, I need to make a change here. I need to make a change there. And look, it's still not easy. We're still growing as we're going, but it doesn't mean that because I don't know what's going on there, I should not do it. I'm starting. And that's the whole point. Like I said earlier on, if you take the first step, the second step will follow. That is one way of sorting out your financial stress. I know a lot of people say, but I'm so far deep inside of it. YouTube is full of financial advice. I cannot give you financial advice, but I'm telling you again, this is what I have done. And hopefully, this will help you just to take the step into the right direction. I'm here just to say, I'm opening the door, you come through, and here's some material from gurus that was able to assist you when it comes to finances, from psychological problems, whatever you want to call it. There are people out there that can do it. But my advice to you is just to take those steps. And then the other thing is when you feel demotivated, this was a struggle for me too. When you feel demotivated to do something, the best thing that helped me is I pushed through it. I pushed through it. And I know it's not always possible because you're like, how do I want to do this? I promise you, the moment you actually move, you trick your brain to say, oh, I've got you, I'm going to do this now. It's such a liberating feeling the moment you start moving. It's like getting into a cold shower in the morning. I cannot explain to you how I battled in the beginning with gymming and all of those things to do recovery. Cold showers was for me the first thing that I needed to get used to. And actually also just to wake up. So what I do now even is, when you turn on the tap to go shower, I don't even wait for the water to get hot or cold. I literally just stand underneath it and I open the tap and let it fall on me. And now I'm blabbering on about something that is probably not useful for you. But I got to a point where it became second nature. This is the point I'm trying to say is that if you're struggling with finances and making a budget is not your strong point, I promise you, the moment you start, it will become natural, become second nature to you. Even this YouTube channel that I'm busy with now, in the beginning, I sucked. I mean, I had to record a couple of times. Probably in this video, I'm going to cut a couple of times as well because I messed it up. The point is, again, if you want to start something, do it ASAP, as soon as possible. Get the ball rolling because you're not going to get anywhere by standing still. So, my advice for you today is take the first step, the second step will come. I promise you that. So, if you're a guy and you're watching this, I need you to understand one thing. You're not weak, you're drained, and there is a way to fill you up again. So if this video has been of any good to you, I ask you if you just can help me grow this channel by liking it, subscribing to it, and maybe just sharing it with someone that you think might need this advice. And I'm ending off with this. As hard as it is, no one's going to come and rescue you. You have to take responsibility for you. And if you can do what you need to do in order to grow, I promise you your life will increase tenfold, even more. If you just do something positive, you have to start taking your mental health seriously. For your family, for yourself, for everybody around you, you are responsible for you, and you have to take the reins on that. And don't pity yourself. No self-pity alone. Seriously. You're a guy, you can do this. I promise you, I've been through it. A lot of other people have been through it. You can do this. This is Shannon from Iron Man, and I really thank you so much for joining us today and hope to see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.